Okay, so, as you can all see, I have a piano next to me. This is because I was trying to find a non-noisy place in the house to record a video. My sister's blasting music above my bedroom, so that's not exactly noise-free. And although I know I've made videos in the past where there's been pulsating music over my head, I didn't want this to be one of them for whatever reason. So anyway, here I am in the family room. There's a bunch of crap strewn everywhere, but whatever. Nobody's here for the moment. Hopefully no one bursts in on me. I know I said that in the last video. I don't know if I've already said that in this video. If I have, I apologize. Anyway, I'm rambling. So, one thing I do want to talk about is the YouTube gathering in Toronto. Now, originally, I thought I was going to go to the gathering because DX Borderline was supposed to go. Ask Carrie Lee is still going. Cyberspain is supposed to go. And you know, I kind of figured maybe there'll be more people that I know, and I thought it would be completely awesome, to be honest with you, because I've been to Toronto and I like Toronto, and you know, I've heard really great things about the Ontario Science Centre, and I could have a chance to see Kensington Market again, Pacific Mall, maybe even visit Guelph. And I know it's a little strange that I'd want to return there, considering that the reason I went was because I was going to a residential eating disorders program, but it's a really nice city, and I do kind of miss it in a way, because it's a lot like where I live now, except that it's kind of bigger, and it's different, you know? So I kind of wanted to go back there. I don't know if you can hear people stomping over my head. Anyway, it's very distracting. I should have more courtesy. Anyway. So all in all, you know, I thought the Toronto trip was going to be a great idea, and I was pretty revved to go, and I was talking about it with my coworkers, saying I'm going to go to Toronto this summer, but things change, as we all know. Months ago I would have been on the plane to Toronto ASAP, right? But first of all, I found out that DX Borderline is probably not going to be able to go because of financial reasons. I don't know if there's anything else really, but the point is, she's not really going. And we were talking about maybe sharing a room and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, as soon as I heard that, I was like, ugh, not good. Not good. Because, you know, going to see Tina was probably one of my main reasons. And I was like, yeah, I get to see Tina, and I was happy. But, you know, things change and life situations come up, and what can you do, right? So I said, well, maybe. And then, you know, Cyberspain has kind of disappeared, and if you're out there, I wish you'd post a video, because I kind of miss you. Actually, I really miss you. It'd be nice to talk to you again. And you're never on Yahoo, very rarely. Anyway, so I haven't heard from the Bane in 1,000 years. I don't know what he's doing this time, if he's going. I know Ask Carrie Lee is still going, but, you know, one person. Plus I'd have to stay in a room in Toronto by myself, and it's not a safe city to begin with. And then I'd be spending 5 days in Toronto, and I wouldn't, like, have anyone to hang out with. Like, if Tina had been going, I would have been able to hang out with her and do stuff, and I don't know, the whole Toronto idea is just falling apart, really. So, my second thing that I started thinking about was a trip to Calgary. Because I have an older half-sister who lives in Calgary, and she asked me if I wanted to come visit, and I said I don't know, because I'm going to Toronto, and I don't know if I'll have the money, and blah, blah, blah. But, now that I'm not going to Toronto, Calgary seems much more plausible, and I have yet to talk to my sister about this. I kind of want to be absolutely sure before I offer, because, like, once I say I'm really interested in going to Calgary now, like, I've already kind of said it once and then said, well, actually, maybe I'm not going, and I don't want to have to say it again, and then say again, maybe I'm not going. So if I tell her I want it to kind of be final, like, I'm definitely doing this, just tell me when, I'll book the tickets, that kind of thing. So, I don't know when that's going to happen. The YouTube gathering would have been in August. The official gathering is like 888, you know. I would have gone up on August 7th, whatever. I don't know when I'm going with my sister, but anyway. Then, the coolest thing ever happened. My dad says randomly to me, you know, we've been thinking about sending you to Toronto on points. And I was like, what? For any of you who aren't familiar with points, most of you probably are, basically means I would get my flight completely free. And so I was like, okay. But, you know, since I had just told him that Toronto probably wasn't going to be happening, I didn't think it was too relevant until he goes, and you know, we might consider sending you to Calgary as well. I was like, that's almost $1,000 I would not have to pay. And I was very excited. So, long story short, I'm probably going to Calgary instead of Toronto if I go anywhere. And I might not have to pay for my flight. I mean, that would be so amazing. I've got $2,400 in the bank. And I know it may sound like a lot, considering, you know, I've only worked in practically minimum wage. I make 25 cents above minimum wage, but anyway. Basically minimum wage job. But a free flight? I don't know. I felt more excited about this than I think I'm looking right now. I'm really, 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 really tired. Anyway, I guess I should probably end that video there. I may or may not post about other things at some point in the future. But anyway, I'm alive. Coping, sort of, maybe. Have a psychologist appointment tomorrow. Don't really know what I'm going to say to her, actually. She's going to want an answer about whether I'm really wanting to continue with treatment or start treatment or whatever. And she's going to try DBT on me, I think. Anyway, I don't know if anybody wants to hear about that, but I'm dropping. So I will talk to you all later, I guess.